Looks like Damazel's potential freedom from the shackles Empire bound her in hundreds of years ago relies on one impossible event.
Make that a bunch of impossible events. Now, it's no secret that I haven't read Asimov's original saga. As a supposed sci-fi fan, isn't it shameful to admit this?
What can I say? I never got around to it. But I saw this series as a way to make up for this, sin.
Joke's on you, then, because of how the show differs from the books, as so many fans of the books never fail to let others know online.
Stories need to adapt to their medium, and there's always something about how this story has been adapted for the screen that draws you in. Even when the storytelling feels slow, sometimes even lumbered, it's like you're totally invested and want to know more.
Is that your way of telling us this episode is slow?
I think we need to resign ourselves to the fact that after 3 seasons, this is the show's default speed. But there's actually nothing wrong with that, and despite the expectation that everything these days needs loud explosions and such to keep the viewers interested, a carefully planned story, or at least the appearance of one, can be very satisfying. There are revelations here whose seeds were planted ages ago and are only now coming into bloom. It makes for a very satisfying experience.
As long as you remember where the seeds were planted, that is.
There's also some freaky moments, mine. Oh, like when Gale interrogates New Terminus's warden through her mind meld powers. I mean, that was pretty disturbing.
True, but those were merely sprinkles. There's also incongruities. I mean, come on. How did they survive that fall? There's no way. And then, after Song saved him, which there was zero hints that she still cared for him since she didn't even remember her time with him, he manages to storm the main hall by himself, kill Sunmaster 18, grab that robot head, and absolutely no one from the hordes of people there were able or willing to stop him. You mean the Amdram troop? You know the actors. They can't handle real life. Whatever it was, it felt like the writers had written themselves into a hole, quite literally in this case, and had to get their character back where they needed him to be. I don't call that a satisfying experience.
I never said this was a perfect experience, McCluck. There are many elements that don't make sense. Like, there must have been a scene cut out of the final edit or something with Harry's vault. At the start of the episode, it's closed and black, impenetrable. But when Gel goes to see it, it's in its golden crystalline openness and even landed on the ground. How'd that happen?
See? So much for your satisfying experience.
Yeah, I was thinking more of events spanning the entire story across the seasons. Like Seldon having given Demoiselle the Prime Radiant, which was an effort on his part to disrupt her programming and confuse her logic circuits. A plan decades in the making. Talk about a poison chalice.
That's one heck of a long game.
And we've got Kaylee. Who?
Well, she's been mentioned since the very start of the show. She's the one who gave one of the digital Seldons his body back last season, and who took him away on the start of this one. And now, we learn she's also an integral part of the Prime Radiant and Harry's calculations.
So she's some kind of AI?
We have no idea who or what she is yet, but her presence is being strongly felt. Although you have to wonder, since Demoiselle initially helped Harry, and now we learn Kaylee did too, how much of this psycho history is actually Harry's.
Does it matter?
I suppose not. For now. Meanwhile, Dusk exercises the full power of Empire, exacting revenge on the people who tried to betray Empire by offering Trantor to the Mule.
I knew that Death Star machine was going to be used, but I hadn't expected Dusk to use it on those planets.
It's the implacable will and power of Empire, which we only really saw all the way back in the first season. It's also the actions of a man who's only got 24 hours left to live, and to hell with the consequences. As Louis XV once said, after me, the flood. A statement of nihilistic indifference to future consequences.
Taken to an extreme.
I'm surprised though that he didn't use it on New Terminus and get rid of the Mule once and for all.
It was just too far away.
Convenient.
So, Gel gets to Digital Seldon in his vault and asks for his help.
I must say, I don't get this Digital Seldon. He could have helped when the Mule invaded, like he did when he saved all the people on Terminus last season. That was mentioned in the episode itself, and I must say, I never liked that Season 2 ending. Felt way too much like Doctor Who to me. Also, Seldon created this vault centuries ago, and no one has been able to replicate that tech in all that time. It hardly seems believable, does it?
Well, I'm hoping we'll eventually get an explanation for the TARDIS's, the vault's existence sometime in the future.
If the show has a future, that is. I mean, Season 4 hasn't been confirmed yet, has it?
No, it hasn't. And so at the end of this rather by-the-numbers episode, which was nevertheless entertaining to watch, Gil is ready for her confrontation with the Mule.
Which we'll see next time.
That's what I mean by slow storytelling. Interesting events and character moments, but it takes its time to get there.
It's the journey, not the destination.
Exactly.
Could do with a few less pit stops, mine. Like that flashback a couple of episodes ago about the mule's origin story.
I thought that was an interesting way for us to get to know where he comes from and what led to his actions. Except something could be off about that version, as Harry warns Gale.
Told you he was an unreliable narrator, didn't I tell you?
All should be revealed in the finale.
It better be.
Until then, I'm awarding the Past That Choose Us 2.5 paws. But tell me, what do you think of this episode? Share your thoughts in the comments, and if you like what we do,
And how we do it.
and you feel you'd like to help us out, please consider joining our Patreon.
We'll leave a link to it in the description and pinned comment.
Thanks for watching. See you all next time, and until then, live long.
And I find your lack of faith disturbing.
It's the implacable will and power of Empire, which we only really saw. It's the implacable will and power of Empire, which we really only saw all the way back